Hi guys, it's Ray here with The Buzz, and of course we're back with another week of covering Songland with the winner of this week's episode who got the privilege of doing a song for Florida Georgia Line. So how are you?
Great, how are you?
I'm doing really well. How are you kind of dealing with all of this social distancing and quarantine stuff before we even get into just this monumental moment?
Yeah, I've kind of just been using it as a time to write a ton of songs and be productive or as productive as I can be. So trying to stay semi-normal, even though life is definitely not normal right now.
All right, so of course, going into this, what were your thoughts? Give us a little bit about your background kind of coming onto the show.
Yeah, so I'd watched the show before, so I kind of knew the whole gist of it all, and I had some really cool songs would come out of it. So obviously, you're hoping your song ends up being the one that makes it out. So I don't know. I was just hopeful and excited and a bit anxious when I was starting.
So describe to us a little bit about the process, because of course, we see on our end what's going on behind the scenes, but tell us from your perspective, just the entire process of going through this from the second that you're stepping, kind of into that arena to the final performance.
Yeah, right away, I kind of just played the song for the first time and saw that they really liked the hook of it. So that was the part that I was really hoping they did like. And so I knew that if we could all agree on that part, we could kind of, fix anything else and make it work. So I kind of had a good feeling from the beginning, and then working with Shane was just so easy and awesome. And, he got the song to where it needed to be really quick. So then we were really proud of the song after we had rewrote it. So performing it the second time was just letting them see all the work we did, and, we were proud of it and they loved it too. So it all worked out.
So give us a little bit of background on you. How did you get into songwriting in the first place? What made you arrive at this point?
Well, I grew up in a really musical household. My dad was always in bands growing up and playing instruments and singing. So it was just kind of a normal thing we always did. And probably when I was around 13 or 14, I really started paying attention to songwriting, because I knew, for me to make it in this industry, I couldn't just sing other people's songs all the time. So yeah, I wrote some really bad songs for my teenage years, got a bit more serious as I got into college. And then I graduated from college and moved back to Canada because I went to school in Ohio. And I was at a random house party one day, and I met this other professional songwriter named Jeff Warburton, who's actually a co-writer on this song with me. And somehow convinced him to listen to some of my songs and write some songs with me. And, he obviously, I guess, liked what we were doing and shared my name around to some other people. That kind of hooked me up a little bit and got me my first publishing deal, which let me move to Nashville. And, I've been writing professionally for a year and a bit since then, which then led me to Songland.
So getting into this song a little bit, tell me what the reasoning behind this song, the inspiration, the emphasis, what were you thinking when you came up with the lyrics?
Yeah, it was kind of a funny situation. So I was living in Nashville, and it was my first 3 months or something of writing. And a bunch of friends were asking me if I could sing at their weddings or go to their weddings, but they were kind of all over the country. And so I couldn't go to them. So I was kind of playing with this idea of maybe I could write a love song or whatever that I could send to them instead, so they could play it at their wedding, but I won't be there. And so I was just kind of thinking of these love song titles in the background for a couple weeks. And this was just one that I thought of. And we were driving to the session one day, and I just kind of pitched it in the car because I was carpooling with Jeff. And I explained this whole idea of, what if we called the song Second Guessing? So it seems like it's going to be about, being nervous or unsure, having cold feet, but it's really the opposite. And, he loved that idea, and we shared it with Ben Simonetti, and he loved that idea. And that's really just kind of how the song began.
Tell us a little bit about the genre, because every week we see something kind of different on Songland. So it's always different artists. And we've had a couple country before. We've had Lady Antebellum, we've had, I think, Martina McBride, and now Florida Georgia Line. Is country your kind of main emphasis, or were you kind of are you writing music for all different genres at this point?
Yeah, it's definitely what I write most of the time. Living in Nashville, it's kind of what controls that whole scene. So I'd say 8 out of 10 songs, 9 out of 10 songs I write are country songs. But every once in a while, I like to do something different, maybe a pop song, something like that, or even just something for fun.
Going forward, especially, first of all, before we even get to forward, what was your reaction to just kind of seeing the episode and the reactions that you were getting from people, whether friends or family or just fans online or anything like that?
I was super nervous before it went on because I hadn't seen any of the footage and I didn't know, what I said that made it in the episode or anything. But I feel like as soon as it started playing the episode, all the nerves went away and I was just super excited. And, I got so many cool messages and calls from friends and family and people I haven't talked to in forever that were just reaching out to say they listened to the song and saw the episode. And so it was really a cool moment, especially after keeping it a secret for so long.
How do you keep a secret like that? Like, I always wonder what people, do you not tell your family at all? Did you not tell anybody? How did you keep that secret?
Yeah, I think I told my dad and I just told him not to tell anyone else in the family. My dad called me one day and I was in LA and he was like, "Where are you right now?" And I had to say I was in LA. He's like, "Why are you in LA?" So I kind of had to spill the beans a little bit. But I just kept telling myself that, by not telling them, I was actually making it more exciting for them when they watch. So that kind of made it a bit easier.
Moving forward, where are you hoping to go next? You said you have a publishing deal, and you are kind of working in the industry. Are you planning to come to LA permanently? Who do you want to work with? Where do you see yourself going next with this?
Yeah, well, right now I live in Nashville and right there full time. So I think I'll just stay in Nashville, keep writing songs. Hopefully someone's as good as this song that we can pitch around to some other big artists. And along with that, I'm hoping to actually put out my own project this year, save some songs for me to sing and see how that goes.
All right. Is there anyone that you would just be a dream to collaborate with? So anyone, whether actually you writing the music for them or you even performing music with them, who's on your kind of hit list?
I think one of my favorite artists, like since I was really little, has been John Mayer. He's just like a hero to me. I'm kind of terrified to work with him, kind of like the "Don't Meet Your Heroes" thing, but I think that would be like my dream collaboration.
Awesome. Okay. All right. And then just in terms of, just the coaches and the mentors, are there people that you think you would work with again? Are you excited to kind of see you draw on their expertise going forward, having had this experience?
Yeah, I mean, I loved working with Shane. He's just such a well of knowledge and, hopefully we cross paths again in Nashville and we can work together again. That would be amazing because I really love this song that we did and hopefully we can do more.
And then right before we go, kind of tying it back to the show, have you seen any of the other episodes? And is there anyone kind of else that you've seen from prior episodes that you're just like, oh, that person's really cool. Like, and, I would either work with that person or like that style or.
Yeah, I've actually watched all of the episodes. It was cool. Madeline Merlot, who won the Lady Antebellum episode, I've met her a couple times, but we've never written a song, and I've never really heard any of her songwriting, so it was cool just to see her in that perspective. I remember Peepo Beats, when I was in LA shooting, everyone was talking about him because he was just like the buzz of the episode that was filming before us, and I never got to meet him. But I mean, that Sway song is probably one of my favorite of the whole season, and he made that all himself. So, that's pretty cool to me. Yeah, I don't know. Everyone's just been really great. I love songs from every single episode. So I think if we had a big Songland reunion, we could definitely do some collaborations.
There's an idea. One big Songland. I've been interviewing just kind of the winners every week, and you're all, first of all, the nicest people. Of all the series I've interviewed, like everyone is so nice, and you guys are so talented. It's crazy. So I would love a big collaboration with just kind of everyone in there. But congratulations, and we definitely hope to see and hear more of you. So thank you for talking to us.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Griffen Palmer, and you've just been buzzed.